God, it feels like a year since I've done one of these. So, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Answering Your Ruling Questions videos.
But Coder, you haven't done one of these in months.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while. It's been a while. 9 months is the last time I've done one of these, but I want to bring it back. It is time to activate Monster Reborn on this series and bring it back. I want to be answering your ruling questions once again. It was an excellent series, and now that I have my brand new editor, I can do this on a more consistent basis and not have to edit them. So thank you, Dan, for being the great editor that you are, and for doing my hard work for me. You allow me to be lazy. I appreciate you. So anyways, let's get the ball rolling and get the show on the road. So, the very first ruling question that we have here comes to us from Pyro Skullfists, and they ask, how about 2 or more cards that change monsters' typing, such as Zombie World or DNA Surgery and other cards of the same sort? So basically, if you have 2 cards that change the types of monsters on the field, such as DNA Surgery, such as Zombie World, they are a conflicting effect, and whichever one resolves last is the one that will take precedence. So basically, if Zombie World is already face up on the field, and afterwards you would activate DNA Surgery, declaring Machine, for example, all monsters on the field will become Machine type while DNA Surgery is face up on the field. If it was the other way around, DNA Surgery is already face up, and afterwards you would activate Zombie World, all monsters on the field would be zombies for the duration of while Zombie World is on the field. Okay, next question we have from Greg is Ultimate. If I have summoned 5 monsters and my opponent activates Nibiru, if I chain El Shaddoll Fusion to Nibiru's activation and summon Winda, will Nibiru still resolve? So basically, the way this interaction works is that Nibiru the Primal Being is an end if you do effect. At the moment where its effect is activated, Winda is not on the field, so the activation is legal. Afterwards, if you chain El Shaddoll Fusion and you summon Winda, Nibiru's effect will still attempt to resolve as much as possible because it was already legally activated. So in this situation, Nibiru will resolve its A portion of its effect that says tribute all monsters on the field, and only at that point will it verify if Winda is still on the field. If Winda is no longer on the field because it was tributed by its effect, it can still resolve the B portion of its end if you do effect, so Nibiru will still successfully resolve its entire effect if you chain El Shaddoll Fusion to the effect of Nibiru the Primal Being, summoning a Winda. Alright, next ruling question comes to us by Deadly Chuck 314, and they ask, a ruling question with Arch Nemesis Eschatos. If you use the effect of Eschatos, calling any type, machines for example, if the only monster on the field with that type is indestructible, will its effect to lock your opponent out still resolve? So the reason why this is an interesting question is because Eschatos has the text, destroy all monsters of that type, also lock your opponent out of summoning that type of monster. So basically, because it is an also effects do not require the A portion of the effect to successfully resolve in order to perform the B portion of the effect. Also, the A and the B happen completely separately and are not codependent. Basically what this means is that even if Eschatos does not successfully destroy all machine type monsters on the field, or even one of them for that matter, it will still apply the B portion of its effect because it is an also effect. So even if you don't destroy any machine type monsters, as long as there is a machine type monster on the field in order to legally declare machines, you will still lock your opponent out from being able to summon machine monsters with the effect of Arch Nemesis Eschatos. So, this next ruling question comes to us from Inov, and they ask, Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops versus Nibiru token. I have an Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops and I want to target my opponent's Nibiru token. So basically they're asking if Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops can legally target a Nibiru token, or any token for that matter, for its effect to revive an Xyz from the grave and then attach the targeted card as material to that XYZ monster. So basically, an end if you do effect requires that both parts of its effect be something that can legally be performed. So basically, if you cannot perform both A and B of an end if you do effect, you are not legally allowed to activate that card effect. In the case of Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops, you must legally be able to attach the card targeted by Megaclops to an Xyz as a material. Unfortunately, we know that tokens are not something that can legally be attached to an Xyz monster as a material. Therefore, the activation of Megaclops targeting a token is not legal. So because you cannot attach the token to the Xyz that you're attempting to reborn, you cannot use the effect of Megaclops targeting that token in the first place. It's an illegal activation. Okay, so this next question comes to us from Bears Glad, and they ask, can you explain why I can set Cyber Dragon Core and fuse the opponent's monster? So basically, I assume they're asking about contact fusion to make Mega Fleet. So the reason why you are legally allowed to fusion summon for Mega Fleet while using a face down Cyber Dragon monster is that the fusion summon mechanic works differently than Synchro Summon, Xyz Summon, Link Summoning, and so on, in the sense that fusion summons is the only mechanic that is allowed to use face down monsters. So this is basically one of those Konami said so things. When they designed the fusion summoning mechanic, they decided to allow using face down monsters for its mechanic. So even if you are performing a contact fusion rather than a fusion by using a fusion spell, you can still use face down monsters so long as they meet the requirements for that fusion summon. So even though you cannot verify before you attempt the contact fusion that the face down monster is a Cyber Dragon monster, if the material is correct, be it face up or face down, fusion summons allow you to use the monster in order to perform that fusion summon or that special summon by using the requirement of the fusion monster, that being the same thing for Mega Fleet, Fortress Dragon, and so on. Okay, so this next question comes to us by Joshbo, and they ask, Colink Nightmare Phoenix Chainlink 1 compulse target Phoenix Chainlink 2. Do you still get the draw? So basically, the way the Nightmare monsters are worded, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Unicorn, they all have the same type of text that says, if this card was co-linked when its effect was activated, if you perform the action that it needs to do, like returning a card to the deck, destroying a spell trap, destroying the monster, you can draw a card afterwards. So then you can draw a card. Basically what this means is that it does not verify whether or not the card is co-linked when the effect resolves. All it verifies is, was the card co-linked at the moment of activation. So even if your Nightmare monster is no longer on the field or is no longer co-linked by the time its effect resolves, by the time the Phoenix would destroy the spell trap card, as long as it successfully destroys a spell trap card, it does not still need to be co-linked at the moment of resolving in order to be able to draw a card. It only requires that it was co-linked at the moment where you activated, at the moment at which you paid the cost. Afterwards, all it requires is that you successfully destroy the card targeted for Phoenix, then you can draw a card regardless of whether or not it is still co-linked at that point. And last but not least, we have the last ruling question of the day coming to us by Dispo Smith, and they ask, ruling question, if I have Golden Castle of Stromberg in the field zone and it is my standby phase, could I save it from its auto-destruction with Dingirsu if I don't have 10 cards in my main deck left to banish? So basically the way this interaction works is that the destruction effect of Golden Castle of Stromberg, where you need to either banish the top cards of your deck, the top 10 cards, or destroy this card, is not considered an effect. It is however considered a maintenance cost. So Dingirsu only protects from destruction by battle or card effects, of which a maintenance cost is not considered to be a card effect. So for this reason, because it is a maintenance cost, Dingirsu cannot replace the maintenance cost destruction of Golden Castle of Stromberg by detaching a material. So in this instance, Dingirsu cannot protect Golden Castle of Stromberg, and there are actually very, very few cards that would protect cards from being destroyed by their very own maintenance cost. However, a card like Dingirsu is not one of the cards that can do so. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave more ruling questions in the comments of this video. I'm going to be going through this, and I'm going to try to make this a more regular series. I'm not going to go on another 9-month hiatus not answering you guys ruling questions. I know that this is a series that you guys like a lot on my channel, and I do want to start putting a lot more content on my YouTube. I have a new series that's going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already, like, comment, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace, guys. Bye.